favorite 3 words in the English language.
You got more.
That is the picture right there of what it feels like to defend Josh Allen.
Oh, Teddy's coming. Hey, read him. Okay, now I feel like I'm part of the show. Here we go.
Catch the Countdown Crew, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. Everything you need to know right up to kickoff. They'll get you ready for everything. And Randy Moss is back, too. Cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
Next up, Jaden Daniels with his own tough test against the Giants' defense. He spoke about his hopes for Week 1 today.
I just hope not hope, but go out there and execute at a high standard. That's the standard that we keep, and that's the standard we uphold each and every day, especially another year in the system. We know it. We're allowed to go out there and play fast and free.
Dan, how can this Commanders offense slow down the Giants' rush?
Yeah, so one of the things that they do great is their no huddle. And so I think if you're the Commanders, you're trying to see if those 3 defensive stars, Burns, Lawrence, and Abdul Carter, are on the field at the same time. You're thinking quick game, you're thinking running the football, you're thinking max protection, perimeter screens, just to make sure that defensive line doesn't hunt. And then if 2 of those guys in the middle of that no-huddle drive comes off the field because they're tired, then I think you get into a little bit more of your traditional pass game. You're trying to create some of the chunks or some of the Jaden Daniels move stuff. You have to be very strategic. If those 3 pass rushers are on the field, you don't want to make it obvious that you're throwing the football and holding it. It's get the ball quick when they're on there, and then when they're not, then it's the opportunity to create some big passes or plays in your pass game.
New on NFL Live, Joe Burrow preparing for Myles Garrett in the Browns defense. Here he is from a moment ago.
What they're very good at is making everything that they do look like every other thing that they do. Yeah, you have to get the ball out quick, try to get it out as fast as you can, because those guys up front are coming, and their coach does a good job of sending a pressure here and there that you're not necessarily ready for. They don't pressure us a ton, but when they do, it's usually effective. And I think we're in a good spot of game plan wise of figuring out when and where those are coming from.
Phil, Burrow and the Bengals lost to the Browns Week 1, 2023. How do they avoid that this time?
Yeah, I do think it's block number 95. I'll get back to that in just a minute here, Laura. But Joe is right. Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator for the Browns, has some of the most exotic pressures you'll see in the entire NFL. I'm less concerned about those against Cincinnati because I think Joe is in the conversation, if not the best pre-snap processor of any quarterback in the league. But you better have a plan for Myles Garrett because he himself can be a play-wrecking defender. We have seen that time and again. And Cincinnati's slow starts cannot persist if this team wants to be a serious factor in the AFC this year.
We're hearing from quarterbacks all over the league today in anticipation of Week 1 start. Let's get to some more new on NFL Live. Here's CJ Stroud.
It's every first game of every year. You're excited to show your talent and the new guys and the new stuff you learn, the new schemes. It's a bunch of different feelings, but yeah, I'm really just excited to play again. I'm tired of watching, so. Yeah, I'm just excited to play. I don't really feel a huge difference, but yeah, just natural jitters and nervousness from just a new season. So.
Stroud preparing for that Rams defense. Marcus, what do you be watching for from the Texans offense?
Well, we know what the critical point is for the Houston Texans, and that's protection. They tried to get this offensive line and re-solidify a little bit. Also got to use Nick Chubb in this run game as well. Joe Mixon was a big part of what they did last year. I don't think you can get away from that. But this team needs to play with leads because they can be dominant defensively if they can get up on opponents early. C.J. Stroud, I think you'll see remnants of that rookie year that we saw as long as he has time to push the ball down the field, especially with his new weapon, Christian Kirk, and Nico Collins obviously returning as his number 1 guy. I'm interested to see, though, how that protection, especially in the heart of that offense, if it was a vast improvement for last year, because he was absolutely mauled by interior pressure all season long.
And also speaking this afternoon, Aaron Rodgers, who was asked if there's a little extra motivation playing against his former team. Here's what he said.
Yeah, it's Week 1. Well, this is the second new, so it's the new. I'm loving being here. The way that I've been welcomed has been really, really special, from top down to the fans to guys in the locker room and support staff, the men and women that work for this organization. It's been really, really special.
All right, so for more on this, we welcome in our Steelers reporter, Brooke Pryor. Brooke, Rodgers isn't saying much about returning to MetLife, but what are his teammates telling you about the significance of this game?
Well, Laura, I guess I should have anticipated that Rodgers wasn't going to say much about going back to MetLife, because I asked Mike Tomlin yesterday if he could sense that this game meant more to Rodgers, and he said, well, if it does mean anything more than just a normal game, he's probably not going to tell you. So I put on my reporter hat and I asked his teammates if they had a sense that this game means anything more, and Pat Freiermuth told me that it really doesn't seem that way. He said that Rodgers is handling this like a normal game, but he said this whole locker room, they do want to win it for him, but he appreciates, and the locker room appreciates, that he's not adding any pressure, making this game more than what it is, which is a season opener for an offense that didn't take any snaps together in the preseason in game action. Wide receiver DK Metcalf largely echoed what Pat Freiermuth said when I asked him about it. And I said, look, DK, can you tell that this is something different for Aaron Rodgers? And he said, no. I mean, he wants to get out there. The last couple teams left a bad taste in his mouth, but it's because he likes being a quarterback. He likes playing the game, and he wants to win as many games as he can. I said, are you concerned about getting off to a slow start because you haven't had all the game reps together? And he said, no, not me. That's what everybody else is worried about.
Oh, I love it. No worries there. Maybe some fantasy owners paying attention to that as well. Thanks so much to Brooke. We've already heard from all these quarterbacks. We got more to hear from. Still to come. After offseason upgrades, Caleb Williams has all the tools for success heading into year 2. But Dan warns week 1 could be his biggest challenge yet. That game on Monday Night Football, Bears and Vikings. Get in on ESPN Bet's Play of the Week promo this football season. Win a 3-leg parlay on week 1 action for your chance at a share of $50,000 in bonus bets and automatic rewards. Visit the ESPN Bet app for more details. We'll be right back.
The mission: sneak inside, give out Pepsi to enhance the food's flavor.
To Will and Diane, you go together like Pepsi and hot dogs.
Babe, who is that?
I don't know. But he is right about the Pepsi and hot dogs.
Well, I was on my regular route when I find this note. Bring rings to beach wedding.
FedEx presents Tall Tales of True Deliveries.
So I grabbed the rings and hustled down the beach.
Who has the rings?
I do. I do. Okay, save wedding, all set. Just another day on the job.
If this is what we did for love, see what we can do for your business. FedEx.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. My meal of misfortune is now at Wendy's. It's pure torture with uniquely excruciating dips of dread. Enjoy the anguish.
Let's go, bud. Hurry up. Come on. I'm a baseball dad. Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't. See me, Dad. No pressure, kid. Just everyone watching. Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what losers say. You got to swivel those hips, right? And you got to swing. Or... And if you don't have the right insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La playa awaits.
Popeye's wings got better.
Now available in spicy and mild, sauced and dry rub, bone-in and boneless. With Popeye's wings, you can enjoy bold flavor while controlling the heat.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second and quickly alerts you to identity threats you could miss, like changes to your investment accounts, home title, and loans opened in your name, right on your phone. LifeLock. Join today.
It is time for football.
It's another opportunity. Oh,
folks. Wow.
Let's go! I love y'all.
Coach here. Nobody has more sports content than the all-new ESPN app. Nobody. College football, the NBA, WNBA, NHL, NWSL, TGL, the NFL. We have the best championship. The NBA Finals, the WNBA Finals, the Stanley Cup Finals, the U.S. Open, PGA Tour, the college football playoff.